Good afternoon, my awesome friends and followers of my channel. Thank you all very much for your continued support as we keep pushing in a direction of non-bullshittery and transparency. And it's with that, I start off to say, I saw it coming. Couldn't be surprised, are we? Yes, so the police have been threatening Katie Hopkins. Now, the police are very good at threatening people. They've threatened me. Mr. Colt, if you don't come in for a voluntary interview, we may arrest you. Fucking do it. Do it. I'll sue you for unlawful arrest. It's crazy how the police are behaving these days, isn't it? They just don't like people calling out government propaganda, calling out government suppression, government cancellations. It's shameful the way our politicians are behaving, and it's shameful the way the police are behaving like bullies in uniform, using the uniform as some sort of bulletproof weapon to abuse ordinary citizens. We've seen it. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. So Katie Hopkins is one of the very, very few, I say there's about 20 people in the UK with the same following as Katie Hopkins has. There's about 20 where they call out bullshit. They call out stuff and they try and, okay, sometimes they come across as smug. I get it. Charlie Kirk was a little bit smug. Katie Hopkins is smug. They all are a little bit, but that's what gives them that sort of panache, which we are excited to watch and follow. But whenever you have a big following, you have a big voice. And when you have a big voice, you put pressure on the mainstream media. So Katie does batshit bonkers Britain. She does her live streams. I follow her. Yes, sometimes she's a little bit, on the line. But we're going, that may get you arrested. Because we understand how much of suppression we're having in the UK for common sense. To talk about two genders is far right. To talk about women with the penis, to talk about men with the vagina, men with the womb. It all comes down, 20 years ago it was common sense. Today it's like, you're treading on thin ice. Why? Because people in power are using every type of wokeism to get votes. So they'll look after everyone. I mean, going back 20, 30 years ago, you would never have seen a car painted with a rainbow on it. You just wouldn't. Or people with badges. I mean, when you're in a government job, I'm going to look at the military. You weren't allowed to wear bracelets. You weren't allowed to wear anything. You weren't allowed to show something. And then the charities came along, like Help for Heroes. Then you were allowed to wear a Help for Heroes wristband. Then you were allowed to wear a regimental wristband. It all went beyond the joke. It did. And then it went from there to people getting appointments at army headquarters. And in army headquarters, they would have the lanyard. Started off saying Sergio, then it started off saying MOD, and then it went to rainbows and NHS, and we started to sort of install this sort of society of bending a knee to different organisations. And it happened. You're not meant to advertise your personal beliefs when you're in a government uniform, but it's happened. Civil servants at the MOD wear whatever they want. They do. And if you come into their office wearing the same sort of lanyard as they are, you're more likely to get that contract or to get that help. But if you walk in wearing nothing with just a poppy, it's like, frowned upon. Imagine it being frowned upon. So let's get back to Katie Hopkins. Arrested. Interviewed under caution. That doesn't mean anything. I've been interviewed under caution. We all have. Just say no comment. Get a good solicitor. They don't have anything unless you speak. But it just goes to prove that there is a two-tier justice system. There's those that are allowed to say what they want online because they fall under the remit of an organisation, or those that aren't allowed to say. Imagine living in a state, which we are, a state where you're not allowed to highlight what our government's doing. You're not allowed to highlight the fact that people are coming over here, getting operations, living in a lovely house, sorting out their medical stuff, and then being paid £2,000 to go home. It's shameful, isn't it? Anyway, listen, people, let me know what you think in the comments. I look forward to hearing what you think about Katie Hopkins, about her arrest. I look forward to reading your comments. Other than that, stay safe and take care.